Immigration in our countries is a mess. African president, you don't even manage properly the immigration in your own countries. Let's talk about it. For instance, okay, you have people in our own country, okay? You have what we call in French rural exodus, rural. It's like people are leaving villages, people are leaving little town to go to the main cities, especially capital cities or the main big cities. Why do they do that? Because it's lack of resources there, okay? Because we know that in our countries there is no the political decentralization doesn't exist. Everything is centralized in main cities. You don't see it in America. In America, everything decentralized. It means that someone who is in the village in America, he doesn't like anything. He have basic thing, a proper structure to go for medical procedure, surgery, everything, giving, all this stuff. You have post office, you have decent school with every material possible. You have, you have most of the thing in little cities in America. But in Africa, what happened? Little cities don't have it. So what happened? People feel like they are abandoned by the government, or they are abandoned in a way. What happened? They leave the little city, the little place, or the little village. And by the way, sometimes and most of the time they don't have water. They don't have proper electricity. Yeah. So what happened? Then they leave because women cannot give birth properly. Sometimes it's a mess. It's a mess, okay? So what happened? They leave and they go to main cities. And you think that when they go like that, something's not gonna be shaking. There will not be a change in the activity or in the dynamic of the main cities, because you have now a number of people who are moving inside. And for example, a city like mine, people, they enter the city, they will build anywhere in town. Even places like the people, the urbanism, I don't know how you say that, the people who are construction, building the country, or the mayor, I don't know how you call them in English, I don't know. Even if they say, for example, that area of town is not supposed to be built there, what happened? They will do it because they don't even know what is civism. They will be entering the city, the big city. They will have, then you have situation of how do you say that, gangs and everything, because there is no structure, there is no politic of welcoming these people who are entering the city, who have no education whatsoever, who are coming to struggle and also fight in the city like people who are living. And you see that even in the city, good habit, good civic habit is lost. It's gone. Because there are no structure or governmental structure to welcome them, to teach them how to live in town, or to help them having, how do you call it, training or stuff like that, so they can probably find jobs if they're looking for jobs. For those who have not literate, I don't know how to say that, literate. So they need help. You don't have it. Hospital, women still giving birth on floor. Hospital with no water sometimes. How can you have hospital with no water in the structure, in the building, in hospital, when there are every type of diseases, sickness, people are sick. You have people who are hospitalized. How can you just not taking care of having water everywhere? Just to be clean, the hygiene, the clean aspect in hospital. Challenges of education. What about the school? How are the schools in Africa? Even university. Are we at the same level of school and university like in Europe or Asia, where you have almost everything? Do we, if we have it, if we really had it, why many African are traveling abroad to go studies? Because they like so many structure, proper material, and everything in schools and university. Okay? In my country, I don't even want to talk about, because it's a disaster. It's a disaster. You have excessive number of students in classroom, and you have less and less people who are willing to be educator, to be a professor, because they see the challenge is serious. You lack material. How can you organize? How can you be passionate about this job when you see that there are so many things lacking? It's not possible. Okay? Other challenges. Now let's be honest on that, because you want to welcome other people, but so many things that we can't even organize. I didn't finish the immigration part, because yes, in Africa our border it's like everything is passing by. Okay, there is nothing that protect the people. Anybody enter the borders in Africa, everybody enter our borders. So you don't even know who entered the borders. You don't know if it's a terrorist attack, civilian, I don't know, a terrorist group. Everybody enters in our borders. We are protected nowhere. Okay? Other challenges, the youth. The youth has no job. The youth has no hope. The youth has no job. The youth has no hope. And the youth is, if you see now, young people, for some countries like mine, they are now into alcoholism because they have no hope. Most of them have degrees, master degrees, sometimes those, and even PhDs, and they are sitting at home because there is no opportunity, there is no jobs. There is no jobs. There is nothing to make them live. How can you have a huge rate of young people who are not working? Young people are the future of the continent, of the country. And now you are surprised that these people are doing anything to survive. Or to those who don't want to do the wrong thing, they fall into alcoholism. Alcohol, and they do nothing. It's just like, I don't know. We don't know how to explain, but I don't even see what's going to happen if you bring other people who have all these things already in their country. You have two different types of people that you have to manage now. Okay? Those who have already all these needs completed in their whole life. They know what is the basic need. They already have it. What they are looking for is the self-actualization, is to something like to have a change in their life. But for us, for the African, we are not even in the middle of the hierarchy of needs. We are still down there. So you have now two different people in the same room. Okay, you have two different students, for example, in the same room. Those who are extremely high, we have all the knowledge already, and those who are down there who still late in some of the program. And if you are a teacher, for example, how are you going to manage the two different? You have to put them at the, it's going to be, you have to raise. I don't know. It's going to be a serious situation is going to happen here. I don't know if you see what I try to explain here, but seriously, this is a serious situation that's going to happen here. I don't see that it's going to be, because I see many Africans who are like, oh yeah, happy because they're coming back. Yes, but what are the structure that the government is doing to welcome back the diaspora? Okay, especially that diaspora, this specific diaspora who has never been interested in Africa before, and for some of them who come to Africa because it's a new discovery for them, or because for some of them because it's another opportunity to escape probably the pressure of America. And you have those who probably come because they discover, but you don't know them, you don't know their life. You don't know, do you even have a background check on these people coming? Do you know the motivation? Do you know when you go to America, they make you go to background check, okay? They make you have medical procedure done. Medical checkup clearly done. You don't enter America anyhow. They need to know if you have a disease or something like that. They will have an interview to actually know about your more, what are your motivation and everything. So are we doing the same thing when they enter in Africa? This is very important. You see on TV everything that happened in America. Someone just wake up out of the blue like that and start mass shooting people. America is known. I watched a French journalist who did a report. Americans are known for addiction. It's a country where there is a lot of addiction. It's not a joke, it's serious. And I don't know how the government is handling the situation, but you can see that there are many types of addiction. And it's not a joke, okay? It's like a part of them already. Now, we don't have this challenge in Africa. Addiction, we don't know addiction in a real, like, in something really common, like, no, we don't know. So if someone enter the borders and live and have some addiction, you will have to handle that too. How are you going to do it?